everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time watching me, welcome. This video is my most recent batch of empties from approximately the last 3 weeks from November 19th to yesterday, December 9th. I have one Bath & Body Works soap in here, a couple of wallflowers, and then some wax. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is an insomnia version of wax melts. I don't want to tell you what time it is when I'm filming this, but I figured, hey, might as well take advantage of the time that I'm up at night. So I have my basket here filled with my empties. I have one Scentsy in here that I finished, and like I said, a couple wallflowers and a soap, and we might as well just get these out of the way right off the bat. So I did finish up this soap from Bath & Body Works. This is Harvest Gathering. Harvest Gathering, you know, in the fall line starts coming out in the last part of August. Well, the beginning part of August, I should say, you know, beginning to mid-August. And they do a Halloween line, and then they have a handful of items that are Thanksgiving forward, such as Thanksgiving, which I actually have that candle over there that I should have in this video, but we'll do it next time. Thanksgiving and Harvest Gathering are two that I know of that they do for the Thanksgiving line. So this one here, I have had this several times, and this is fresh picked apples, autumn berries, and clove buds. So this one here is in the faceted bottle here. I really like this line. These are $8.50, but you know, never pay full price for Bath & Body Works soaps. This one here is just a simple, basic, it's apple, and it's cinnamon and clove and all those things, a little bit of berry. I don't get too much berry. This is an apple forward soap. But the one that sets us apart is there's a little bit more clove in it than the one I talked about in my last video. I think it's afternoon apple picking. Sorry, I was thinking red bottle, afternoon apple picking. That one's a little bit more milder and not as clove forward or cinnamon forward, whereas this one does have the spices in there, and I do like this. So I have another bottle of that. I think this is from this year, and then the other bottle I have in my collection still is from a previous year. So I finished up that soap, and then these two wallflowers here. This first one is 'Tis the Season. This one is several seasons old, but this is one of my favorite scents from Bath & Body Works for the holidays. This is Rich Red Apple, Rich Red Apple, Sweet Cinnamon, and Cedarwood. So this one here, it's been around for 1,000 years. It is that quintessential Christmas scent that I think a lot of us have in our homes, especially if you're one that shops at Bath & Body Works. This one is in candle form, it's in soap form, wallflower form, of course. I don't think it's made its way into body care, but it doesn't mean that it won't at some point. And the last one I finished up here, I actually just put this one in my kitchen yesterday, actually, Saturday. The one I was waiting to see which one do I want to put downstairs. I was going back and forth between this one and Holiday. Holiday is more of a spice forward one, but I chose this one. This is Under the Christmas Tree. This one is a couple of years old. Not necessarily this, I think this is from last season, but this blend was introduced, I think it was introduced in 2020, maybe 2021. Can't remember for sure. This is their holiday favorites and their enhanced fragrance here. As we know, enhanced doesn't always mean better, but that's that's for another conversation. This is Fir Balsam, Juniper Berries, Eggnog, and Sage. So I put this in the downstairs open concept area, and then my husband and I went out for the evening. We went to a basketball game up in Salt Lake, and when I came home, I opened the door and I could smell the Christmas tree, and I thought, yes, this wallflower I can smell. So that's today, and we'll see if I can smell it tomorrow, and so on and so forth. That is the thing, is getting it to last. So that's Under the Christmas Tree. I actually have a couple of candles of this still in my collection. One of my Christmas gifts to myself. I'm going to buy myself another candle crock. My candle crock broke earlier this year, and I've been watching one that has been going in and out of stock, and I'm going to, you know, next time it comes in stock, I'm going to grab it because I really need to make a dent in my candles. So I look over here because I have some of my candles out here under this. I have the bedroom suite I have in this room where I am is the bedroom suite I had when I was age 3. It was a 4-poster bed. I don't have the posters, the 4 posters. You have, I mean, I don't know if those beds are still in style anymore, but they used to have the canopies and stuff on the top. I don't have the posters. They are down in storage, but I have the chest of drawers and the long dresser in here, and then I have a matching end table. The end table this is all cherry. So I have had this since I was 3, so 37 years. This bedroom suite has been with me. So underneath the hall table, I use it as my nightstand in this room. I have my candles that I'm going to be that are in the bullpen, basically the ones I want to use next. I have those lined up underneath that table. So then I actually have been burning candles. I have one going downstairs and I have one going in my spare bathroom. So I am trying to make a dent in my candles. And I also have some plans to give some as Christmas gifts to a few close friends of mine. So that's what's happening with the candle department at my house. So let's go ahead and get into the main event, which is the wax. So I'm going to take everything out here and then put it back in, so then I can pick out my favorite melts from this month and such. So as I don't really have to say, we are all busy this time of year. So usually I do my melts of the month in the following, excuse me, I didn't mean to bump my tripod. In the next month, what am I trying to say here? October was the last month I did my melts of the month. So being that we're almost halfway into December and it's Christmas time, holiday time, and everything's busy, everyone's busy, I'm going to just do my melts of the month at the beginning of January for November and December, and then do my melts of the year in early January sometime. Melts of the year are my absolute favorite standouts from 2023. So that's what I'm going to be planning on doing in that regard. And then also, I have not forgotten to pull my, draw my 2 winners for my Celebrate 2 Years with Ashley for my channel giveaway that I had going for the whole month of November. It's on my to-do list. I just have to sit down and do it. So I haven't forgotten and I will not forget. So that's coming up in the next, probably the next few days. I'm going to make that happen. So what I'm going to do for that is, I know some of your names on Facebook, but I don't know everyone's names, especially if you have a channel name that you comment under that really isn't a name that's, easy to put back to your real name, or at least your Facebook name, I should say. So I'm just going to put the name that you comment under and draw that way. So we will see how that goes. So, okay, let's get into the wax. I'm going to go right on in and talk about my Scentsy, my one and only Scentsy here. This is Squeeze the Day. So I have been going through quite a bit of my retail wax, and I only have a handful of Scentsy stuff, but I've been going through a lot of my retail wax, my Sensationals, my Better Homes and Gardens, my Kringle, all the retail stuff, and moving it out of here. I just gave a huge bag to a coworker of mine. If you do not know, I do live in Utah, and Sensationals has a factory here. If you look on the Sensationals packages, on the bottom it should say Rimports Inc., East Bay, Provo, Utah. That is about 2 minutes away from where I work. So they have a bag sale, and they just had one for the Christmas season. I did not go. I haven't went for several years, but my coworker, she usually tries to go, but she couldn't make it this year. So I moved on a bunch of my retail wax out the door to her, because she does like retail wax. And I have given her vendor wax too. She just likes to melt, whatever she can get her hands on. So I kept a handful of retail wax, just blends that I really, really like, but I'm kind of moving on away from retail wax just because I'm absolutely in love with vendor wax and scoops and such, and retail is just my previous melting experience and my preference, I should say. So where I'm going with that is, I had my husband, on ones I just couldn't decide if I want to keep or not, I had my husband come in and use his nose and tell me yes, no, maybe, and all that stuff. One that he wanted me to keep is Squeeze the Day, because the man loves lemon and lemon scents. So this one here, I was actually going to move this out, even though I know this is a discontinued bar. I was going to move this out because, to me, I wish it had a little bit more of a, I know this is strong to a lot of noses, but I have had stronger lemon and I prefer a stronger lemon. However, my husband likes this. So I melted this one exclusively downstairs in my open concept because when he's home, he's usually downstairs on our main level or down in the basement in his man cave with all of his video games and such that are down there. We don't live in a frat or a dorm, and I don't want video games in my main level anymore. That was that was my putting my foot down when we bought our house 8 years ago here. So he can smell most of the stuff I melt on the main level downstairs anyways in the basement. So when I had this whole cube, not cube, but when I melted this, throughout the last couple of months, finishing up this bar, he really, really likes this one. It says it smells like lemon bars to him, and he loves lemon bars. Lemon bars is actually on my list of things to bake. I have quite a lot of baking to do coming up next weekend. That's why I wanted to sit down and get this Empties video filmed, because I know absolutely next weekend I will not have any time to do any videos. I am making about 10 different types of baked good items to mail out to my dad and to have here in my home and to give to special people at work. I don't give cookies and cakes and goodies and just anybody there. I have to know them for a period of time. That's just me and my preference. Not that I want to deprive anybody of baked goods, but just, you have a different relationship with some people that grows over time, and you want to put that love that you put into your baking or your cooking or whatever it is to those special people in your life. That's just how I feel. So squeeze a day. Marty loves it. It's grade A for him, and it's not bad to me. I just wish it had a little bit more of a kick of lemon. So that is the Scentsy. I will also say I do have a tissue here. I've been struggling with my nose this last week, so if I have it here and I sneeze or something, I just wanted to warn you. Okay, next one here. Should I do vendors? I'm just gonna grab and go. No particular order. This one is Swanky. Swanky is owned by Jeannie Jeffrey from Washington, either Silverdale or Bremerton. I can't figure out which one it is because one label says Bremerton, the other label says Silverdale. So we'll go with Washington. This is cranberry orange salsa. This was a souffle. And this is from last August of 22. So this was just a bright, punchy, yummy, delicious cranberry. I didn't get too much orange out of this, but I mean, cranberry and orange kind of blend seamlessly together when they're blended together, just like if you're making a cranberry relish where you add your orange juice into your cranberries when you're cooking them down, something like that. You can't really differentiate after a period of time because those sugars just marry together, and it's one beautiful concoction. So this one here, I wouldn't necessarily buy this again because it was pretty simple to me, but it did perform well. I melted this the whole week of Thanksgiving, as I thought I would do when I did my chop and chat. I said I'm going to use this for Thanksgiving week, and I did. So this is a cranberry orange salsa from Swanky. Next one here. This is Dessa's Homespun Scents. Dessa's is owned by Dessa Bonner from Gilbert, Arizona, soon to be Ohio. She's going to be moving in the next couple of months. She is working on fulfilling the pre-order that she offered at the, November 18th, I think. That was the day she had her pre-order, and that's going to be her last pre-order for a while her and her husband and family pack up and move to Ohio. And once they get in and settled and Dessa knows more of her set schedule for 2024, she will be back to offering us her yummy smell goods. So this one here is Strawberry Sugar Shack. Now this one here is a relatively new blend this year. I don't remember exactly. I think this was a customer creation winner. She does run that in her group every so often. I don't quite remember who created this blend, but this is a mixture of strawberry pound cake, sweet macerated strawberries, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. So to me, in my nose, I have had her cupcakes at Tiffany's. It's just like any other vendor that has a good cupcakes at Tiffany's. I've had a couple of vendors where it really hasn't been the best. And then sweet macerated strawberries is one of Dessa's best sellers. It's sweet and juicy, just like if you take strawberries, slice them down, mash them up a little bit, put a little bit of sugar on them, and let that syrup just pool out of the fruit. That's what sweet macerated strawberries is. And then strawberry pound cake, to me, this blend is dominant sweet macerated strawberries. Yes, it has a little bit of the creamy punch from the strawberry pound cake, but to my nose, and I've had sweet macerated strawberries so many times. I've been shopping with Dessa for going on 2 years. It'll be 2 years next year. Sweet macerated strawberries is definitely a part of this. So if that strawberry isn't one that's necessarily for you, then just warning you that my nose picks out a good bit of that. The Cupcakes at Tiffany's is just there for extra bakery creaminess. I'm not getting any, I don't detect that at all in this blend. And like I said, the strawberry pound cake is just there for extra creaminess. So this is Strawberry Sugar Shack. Next one I want to talk about here, this is a blend from Zape. And I previously said in an Empties video or one of my other hauls or another video that I don't have any more Zape wax. Zape hasn't really performed the best in my home. However, when I was going through some, organization like I tend to do late at night, like I am filming this tonight to fulfill my time that I'm up, I found a clam of Santa's Diner. Now I did make a small order of Zape's wax last year because I wanted to try Red Cup Season. Red Cup Season is one of her most popular holiday or Christmas time coffee blends. I don't believe everything that's in it. I don't remember everything that's in it, but I believe it's peppermint, Ugg boots, which I don't know if that's just there to be cute or if that really is an oil or I know boots isn't an oil, but just if it's some sort of an addition of an oil, she's just being cutesy and calling it Ugg boots. And then coffee. So the spin on the peppermint mocha from Starbucks. So Santa's Diner is caramel praline lattes, buttermilk pancakes, and maple syrup. This one has had a year to cure. And I will say, this wasn't bad, but it's kind of, it's nothing special to me. It is something that I can get from another vendor. It's pancakes and coffee and maple syrup, which, to me, you've smelled one, you've smelled them all. And knowing my personal history and experience with how Zape wax performs in my home, I'm not going to repurchase Zape at this time because, first of all, I have a lot I want to get through in my home. And second, I'm just, the attitude I'm taking towards 2024 in terms of buying wax is, if it's a vendor that's just okay or so-so and their wax it has equal amounts of hits and misses, I don't really know if I'm going to be purchasing from that vendor next year because I'm trying a different approach to what I purchase, how much I purchase, blends I purchase, because I started doing a deeper inventory of the wax that I have. And even though I do have primarily bakery items in my home, I do have fruity, I do have earthy, I do have woodsy, I do have a little bit of masculine, a little bit of laundry. I have a good bit of everything. And I really don't want to be bringing in a ton more wax until I can make a significant dent in what I have. So it's really important for me to really just look at the vendor and gauge how their wax works in my home. And the ones, like I said, if they're equal hits or misses, that one's just going to have to go into the back burner for the foreseeable future. And that's what I'm going to be doing for making my decisions with what wax I purchase and when I purchase it in 2024. So that's what's going to be happening in my house. So, but like I said, this was nothing special, but it smelled good. It's a coffee blend. It's heavy coffee. I love coffee. And I do know that those of you that do like Zape, that her coffee blends are, supposedly some of the best out there and fantastic. It's just, I wish that the wax performed a little bit better in my home. If it did perform better, there's no reason why I wouldn't be purchasing Zape coffee. However, Zape's body products, I really like. I've had the body custards and the foaming soap and some of the body sprays. And I know that I think the new owner's name is Heather. I do know that I haven't purchased from the since they've had the change in ownership of Zape, but I purchased last year. I haven't purchased anything this year. So I don't think the products have changed in that way. She's keeping the same recipes and stuff from what I gather, but I don't really see a lot in the Zape group because I'm not active in there. So you know the Facebook algorithm tries its best to show you what you want to see and not the ones you aren't all that active in. So that's my spiel on Zape. So next one here I'm going to talk about is Second and Spruce. I have a few Second and Spruce ones in here. Let's go ahead and just, do I have one more Second and Spruce? I do. Okay. First one I want to talk about here, this is Hey Santa. This is Hey Santa. And I want to say, Erica had a small ready-to-ship sale yesterday. I have to remember today is Sunday, and you're seeing this on Sunday. So, yesterday. And I want to say, Hey Santa was on there in some form. I know that I think I'll Be Home for Christmas. That's a blend that was in the holiday sampler or the winter sampler, Christmas sampler, whatever she called it. I don't remember what the sampler was actually called. Hey Santa and Milk and Cookies was I'll Be Home for Christmas. I think that's what that blend was. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think Hey Santa at some form was in the sampler mixed with another one of her blends. Hey Santa is Christmas trees, sugar cookies, and candy canes. So this one is cookies and peppermint, basically. I am not getting too much Christmas trees from this or too much pine. This is just a beautiful, creamy, delicious sweet peppermint sugar cookie. And I have another one of these. This was I don't know if she's calling these breakaway bars. I don't remember right now what she's calling these, but they are beautifully decorated and have a little bit of glitter in them, a little bit of sparkles. And I like Hey Santa. I have another one of those bars in my collection. The next one here is Christmas on Second. Christmas on Second. This one is Applewood Fir Garland, Candied Orange, Cranberry, and a hint of holiday spices. So this one here is, she had, when she had this one offered, I think this was in her pre-order that she had earlier this fall. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Okay, there we go. She had offered Christmas on Second and Christmas on Spruce. I chose Christmas on Second because I really like the cranberry and the orange and the garland aspect, and I wanted to try this one out. I liked this. It was, like I said, it was cranberry and orange and a nice quintessential holiday blend. This got me in the Christmas spirit. I used this up pretty quickly back in November when it was not quite December, but not quite Thanksgiving time yet. So I used this early in November. And the last one I finished up from Second and Spruce is a fantastic blend. And I do know that she took this blend and blended it with Palo Santo and with Strawberry Pound Cake for yesterday's sale, excuse me. This is Fall in Love. Now, Fall in Love, I have fallen in love with this blend. This is so good. This is a blend of pumpkin pecan waffle, birthday cake, glazed donut, and cinnamon sugar. So when you put this in your warmer, you're met with a beautiful, creamy, luscious, fattening bakery experience. Yes, you get the pumpkin pecan waffle-ish, but the glazed donuts, the birthday cake, the cinnamon sugar, all of those things there just cream it together and make it yummy and luscious and fattening. This is so yummy. This reminds me of Rolling Pin from Sassy Girl Aroma, if you've ever had that one. They're not quite the same, but if you've smelled the thick, heavy, rich bakery that Rolling Pin is, I feel that you'll like this one too. So this is Fall in Love. Next vendor, or one I'm going to grab here, is we'll do Rose Girls. I think I only have one Rose Girls in here. Yep. This is Bless You. Now, Bless You, this was a sample I got, and I don't remember exactly what order it was. I only ordered a couple of times from Jenny this year. I forgot to say, Zape is, I don't know Heather's last name, but she is in, what's the Kansas, I think. It doesn't say on here, but I think she's in Kansas, so I do apologize for that. And Second and Spruce is owned by Erica Kane from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So that's Second and Spruce. So Rose Girls is owned by Jenny Oakes from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I have Rose Girls muted. I've said it 1,000 times. But I got this in one of my orders that I made this past year. And I only ordered a couple times, and I did not order anything from the Mario pre-order. So I'm not even going to look to see when the ready to ship is, because I'm trying to be good. Bless you. This is Sinus Relief, which is camphor, eucalyptus, and mint, plus rosemary, mint, Aveda type, and vanilla lace, Bath & Body Works type. Although I think vanilla lace is Victoria's Secret. You know, the 90s vanilla that everybody and their mother had, I think. So this says Bath & Body Works type, but I believe the vanilla lace is Victoria's Secrets. So this one here, I'll be honest with you on this one sucked. You know, you would think a sinus blend is just going to blow you out of the home. But this did not. This did not. And I melted this when I wasn't necessarily feeling stuffed up, but it was a cold day, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to try this out and see. I really wish this fell completely flat on its face. I didn't even get a throw from this. And it's not that camphor and eucalyptus and mint aren't performers. They are. It's just this particular blend, I don't know if there was a little bit too much vanilla in it to kind of tone down the strength of the eucalyptus and the camphor and the sinus and the Vicks type of scent. But this is, it's kind of similar to Dr. Mario, which is Vicks and a couple of other things that's in Dr. Mario. But this has vanilla lace in it. Dr. Mario does not. So I don't know if it has any contributing factor to my performance with this, but this sucked for me. So that's that one. Okay, next one here, we have Lavender and Speckles. Lavender and Speckles, I only have one in here too. Yes, Lavender and Speckles is owned by Beth Wilson from Rogersville, Alabama. Beth had a small winter ready to ship this past Thursday. I did not even look at the list, did not even look, because I had a busy day on Thursday and I didn't really have, at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock my time was the sale time, and I really wasn't in a place to even get on and shop at that time. So congratulations to you if you got some stuff from her ready to ship. This is the works. Now this is a blend from the pretzel sampler that was offered earlier this, I think maybe in the late summer. I know I got my stuff in, I have September 23 here. So this was offered in July or August, the pre-order for this. This is the works. This is salty pretzels blended with caramel and maple sauce, buttercream, and sprinkled with pieces of peanut butter cookies. So I will say, Beth's blending, to my nose, is very unique. She really has her spin on things, and everything has I don't want to say a delicate touch, as in it doesn't perform, but her blending is very good, and you can smell a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. It's not too heavy-handed on one oil or not. She does her best to really give us the best experience in smelling all the oils that are in that particular blend. I have melted a handful of Lavender and Speckles items, but I also have put a lot more back in my collection because I want to see with time, being that this is a little bit of a harder wax, with my experience, some of the harder waxes and the waxes that tend to crumble when you chop them, they do better in my home with a little bit more cure time, meaning several months. So this one here, however, the pretzel oils are strong. I have melted a lot of her pretzel blends, and I've also shared some of my samplers. I purchased the Palo Santo sampler and the pretzel sampler. I've shared some of those blends with a couple of friends of mine, wax friends of mine. So I can't attest to all of the blends that were offered in the Palo or the pretzel sampler. But this one I kept because you can smell the caramel, you can smell the peanut butter, you can smell the pretzel, and a little bit of the creaminess from the buttercream. I like this. This is a really good one. I would buy that one again. Next one, we're going to talk about another Dessa one here. This was a custom loaf that I had made, a little Build-A-Bar mini loaf. This is Vintage Halloween and Cupcakes at Tiffany's. Cupcakes at Tiffany's. Wow. Ashley does not get anything with Cupcakes at Tiffany's in it very often. That's true. But I'll tell you, Vivian convinced me to try this blend because this was back in August that we received this order. So this would have been in her, when she had her pre-order in June-ish, somewhere around there. So back at that time, the pre-order that she offers in the middle of the summer is her fall pre-order. And she had a lot of her fall blends, most of her fall blends there, I should say. And Vintage Halloween is it's a popcorn or a popcorn ball. I don't want to quite say caramel corn because I don't believe it's caramel corn. It's just salted popcorn balls with all those corn syrupy, man, popcorn balls are so good. So she had Vintage Halloween blended with Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and I really wasn't going to order any custom loaves, but I thought, you know what, that sounds pretty good. I'm going to give that a try. And Vivian's a great blender too, so I thought, you know, I trust her. And Cupcakes at Tiffany's here blended with the saltiness and the scrumptiousness of that Vintage Halloween. This was fantastic. I loved this. It's buttery, it's salty, but it's also bakery and creamy from that Cupcakes at Tiffany's. So this one pleasantly surprised me. Dessa does have a good, one of the better Cupcakes at Tiffany's oils that are out in there in the wax world, in my opinion. So this one here, next time she offers Cupcakes at Tiffany's, if you haven't tried her version, I don't think she had it on this past pre-order, just because she really does not have any extra time to pour. She had an abbreviated list for this past pre-order, just because she's kind of pressed for time in terms of the holidays. She has a vacation going to Disneyland one more time before they put their home on the market, you know, get all of the home staging, all that stuff done. So she didn't offer. She usually has Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and I don't remember it being on the list. I could be wrong, of course, but next time she offers it, you know, later this spring or summer, whenever she's offering her next pre-order, give it a try. You know, I will say that it's one of the better ones that's out there in the community. Next one here, we'll keep with another Dessa. This is one of my favorite blends that she offers. This is Main Street Blueberry Waffle. This is part of her Main Street Memories collection, which is inspired by Disneyland. This is Belgian waffles topped with blueberry compote. This is a house blend, and the Main Street Memories collections here on the label. I love this blend. She has another blueberry waffle blend, pumpkin blueberry waffle, which smells like Eggo waffles to me, but blueberry Eggo waffles. You know, you get the Eggo waffles at the store, you open up the pack and just smell that, especially when they're heated up, that Eggo smell. That's what I get from her waffle oil, which I love. Love it. This one here, this is I don't want to say this is it's not a brand new blend, but it's a 2023 you know, edition, I believe. You know, she introduced this blend this year. She really amped up the blueberry factor into this, and she has another couple of blueberry oils that are in this blend. This is yummy, juicy blueberry with syrup and a little bit of butter, and then you have that delicious waffle in the background. I love this. My husband, it's funny, when I had this one melting, he said, you know, I'm not crazy about that scent. And I said, but it's blueberry. You love blueberry. And you've smelled this. This is not the first time I've purchased this blend. And so I don't know if his nose was off, or if something didn't smell off to me, but you know, everybody's nose picks up something different. So this one I do love. I mean, I finished the whole bag. This is one I will purchase again and again. I love a good blueberry waffle blend. Excuse me. After the basketball game, we went to, if you ever watch Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri, he goes all over the country going to famous joints that are suggested by people who go there or live there, etc. You know what Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives is. He's in like his 900th season, so it needs no explanation. He's been to Utah several times. We've been to 3 of the restaurants that he's been to here in Utah. I really don't know how many places he's visited. He has been to Moochie's, which is like a cheesesteak place. The original location that he went to, I haven't been to. They had an ancillary location that has since closed. Moochie's is cheesesteaks, like I said. There's also a famous Mexican restaurant here called Red Iguana. Red Iguana is a type of restaurant that you have to have a reservation. If you don't, you get to stand in a big long line that wraps around the building sometimes. So my husband took me there for my birthday, not this past year, and was it year before? I don't remember. I went there in the last few years for my birthday one year, and it's fantastic. They have some of the best mole that I've ever had in my life. Fantastic mole. And then the other place that Guy's been to here is called Ruth's Diner. Now, Ruth's Diner is it's kind of up in the mountains, and it's funny. I was telling him at dinner tonight, you know, we've only been here in the winter. It's funny. Seems to be we go to Salt Lake more in the winter time, and the times that we are up there in the summer, we're at the farmer's market, and we don't really feel like going up to Ruth's because Ruth's is very busy. Now, granted, we got there almost at 8 o'clock tonight. Well, excuse me, I haven't went to bed yet, so 8 o'clock last night. So there wasn't a wait. We could go right in. But if you try to get there at breakfast on the weekend, you're going to be waiting several hours. Ruth's Diner, if you're ever in the Salt Lake area, Ruth's Diner is known for their biscuits. They're about this tall. And she has, I say she, Ruth has been dead for years. They have the best jam, homemade jam. They have all homemade food. They're known for their Mexican food. It's kind of like, you know how Cheesecake Factory has about every type of food you could think of on their menu. It's not like that by any means, but they just have a lot of variety like Cheesecake Factory does. So my favorite thing to get there, I had the meatloaf tonight. The meatloaf was very good. My husband had a special vodka sauce ravioli, which he's a ravioli whore. I told him that tonight. He loves stuffed pastas. I had the chicken parm last time, and I've also had their macaroni and cheese, which they're famous for. So if you're ever in the Utah area, hit me up. I can recommend a few places to go to. So that was our experience tonight with Ruth's Diner. Love Ruth's Diner. Well, I'll stop talking on my sidebar there. I had to throw a little story in there. Okay, next one here, another Dessa's here. This is Log Cabin. Now, Log Cabin, this is sweater weather type, sweater weather, which is Bath and Body Works type. Tart cranberries, Christmas tree farm, and marshmallow fireside. So, sweater weather is a blend that's been around forever. It's a little outdoorsy, a little bit apple, a little bit of just a touch of spice, not really much at all. Cranberries, of course, tart cranberry, not sweet cranberry. And then Christmas Tree Farm is about every pine oil you could think that exists is in Christmas Tree Farm. And it's a good hearty pine scent. And then Marshmallow Fireside, of course, is that sweet, smoky, fantastic blender that just kind of brings everything together. This was Log Cabin. I liked this. It was a nice outdoorsy fall blend. I did finish that a couple of weeks ago. So next one here I want to talk about is Christmas Town. This is L3. L3 is owned by Jennifer Westing from Junction City, Oregon, Christmas Town. Now, this is one of her special circumstances where trig tarts, she usually reserves trig tarts to be poured in single oils. However, for Christmas time, she decided to offer some new blends in trig tarts. This was loaded with glitter. That's my only complaint I have about these new trig tarts is it's too much glitter for me, just anxiety-inducing amount of glitter. So if you have purchased any of the holiday trig tarts and you are triggered by glitter, just try to stay away from them because they're heavy-handed with the glitter. So I think she's only doing that for the holiday season, you know, Christmas comes with glitter. I am one of the few that don't like glitter. I know there's a lot, I shouldn't say a few. There are a lot of us in the world that don't like glitter. That's why Christmas time's tough with greeting cards and craft stores. It's just like glitter exploded. And I have never liked glitter in my life. So I will say my mom, she knows I don't like glitter. And she doesn't, the Christmas card, my mom taught me when I was young about greeting cards and the importance of greeting cards. And greeting cards are kind of being phased away in my opinion. And I hope they don't completely go because there's nothing like getting a card. in the mail, or having someone just take the time to pick out the saying in the card. My dad always sends me a glitter card, which I don't even think he knows or remembers that I don't like glitter. But my mom every year gets me a card that doesn't have glitter on it. And if you have tried to look for a card at Christmas time, most of them have some sort of glitter on it. So this is just one. That's my only complaint. The blend is Christmastown. This is Appleberry Harvest, Cranberry, and Fresh Baked Bread. I loved this. Even though I really didn't get too much Appleberry Harvest, I think that's a newer oil. This was cranberry bread, basically. And I don't mean cranberry sweet bread, it's cranberry and fresh baked bread. So the fresh baked bread oil, I love it. It's not too crusty, it's not too yeasty, it's not salty, it's just the perfect type of like a chewy bread, or a ciabatta bread where it's fresh and it's yummy and just a little bit doughy. That's what I get from this oil, the fresh baked bread oil. And then the cranberry was there to make it a little bit of seasonal. So that's Christmastown. We'll stick with L3 here. This is strawberry jam, huckleberry harvest, and zucchini bread. This was from a sampler, I think it was earlier this year, either the strawberry jam sampler or the zucchini bread sampler. I don't remember now which one it was, but this one is, I didn't get really, this is a zucchini bread blend, yes, but it's also balanced beautifully with the huckleberry harvest and the strawberry jam. I love strawberry jam. I just talked about that. Excuse me. I just talked about that the other day when I did a video, my L3 haul, I should say. Strawberry jam. I really love strawberry jam blended with zucchini bread. And then the huckleberry harvest is not quite a blackberry. It's not quite a blueberry. It's not a blackberry. A strawberry. It's kind of a thing of its own. To me, huckleberry oils, Jen's huckleberry oil smells a little bit fakey to me, artificial. But this did well in this blend because it gave it a little extra something that wasn't strawberry jam. I hope that makes sense. So that is that blend there. I have another L3 here, and I think that's all of L3 that I have. Yeah, this is Winter Nights. This was a scoopable sample. She doesn't give a lot of scoop samples, but I guess it just depends on how many scoops that she's pouring. If she's only pouring a handful of scoops, then I don't think she does any scoop samples, I should say. In the almost 3 years that I've been buying from L3, I think I've gotten 3 scoop samples. This is Winter Nights. I don't remember all the notes that's in Winter Nights right now, but this is a newer blend. Well, I shouldn't say newer blend. It's a new blend to me. This is cardamom tea and coziness and blankets and all sorts of stuff. This is a warming spice tea. So think of chai tea and the warming spices that's part of chai. Bump up the cardamom a little bit and you have this here. So that's Winter Nights. I have that in a scoop that I actually have going over here for my January melting tote. I'm going to be melting heavy winter blends in January, of course. So I will be able to provide more feedback on Winter Nights sometime later next year. Okay, I have a handful more here. This next one here is a vendor that's going to be closing, I think, next week. This is Vintage Chic Scents. I'm just seeing if I have any more here. No. This is Vintage Chic Scents. Vintage Chic Scents is owned by Kirby Welsh from Grain Valley, Missouri. As I said, Kirby is retiring from wax next week, I believe. She's having her last ready to ship or pop-up, as she calls them. I think it's tonight. Sunday. I think it is. I am not participating. I have purchased everything I want from Kirby, but we wish her the best in her next endeavors and whatever her heart chooses to do to make her happy. I know a lot of us bought like crazy this past year from her pre-orders, her blossom bars, her pop-ups, etc. I have a few myself. And I'm working on one of my older ones right now, Saturday Evening Post. Not the Saturday Evening Post that she offered a few times ago, but the very first blossom bar I bought from her in 2021. I'm working on that one. So this first blend I want to talk about here is Are You Serious, Clark? Now, Are You Serious, Clark? This was a poinsettia shape. very appropriate for this time of year. I haven't watched Christmas Vacation yet. I did not watch it last year, so I need to watch it this year. This is Cranberry Orange Clove. This is a cranberry blend. Cranberry and orange with a little bit of clove. This is similar, not identical, of course, but similar to the first blend I talked about, which is Cranberry Orange Salsa from Swanky. This has the cranberry and has a little bit of citrus, extra orange, a little bit of clove. I melted this on Thanksgiving week. I mean, this is a pretty self-explanatory blend. I like this one a lot. And the next one I have here, this is the Philadelphia Story. The Philadelphia Story. This is rich pistachio pudding cake topped with spun sugar frosting and ripe strawberries. So Kirby has a few pistachio blends that I've tried. I have had the Philadelphia Story in a larger size. I think at some point I might have bought a loaf from somebody last year, maybe year before, and I melted it. I liked it. It was pretty it's pretty one note to me. It's just pistachio pudding cake. I didn't really get too much strawberries from this blend here, and when this was offered earlier this year in the Blossom Bar, I really went back and forth on, like, do I want to buy a Blossom Bar of this? Because I had it in a loaf, and it was, like I said, it's just one note to me, pistachio pudding cake, and it wasn't anything special, so I passed. So this was a little I bought a few bakery samplers or bakery mystery bags, I should say, this past year, and this was one that was in one of those bags. So that's the Philadelphia Story. Next one here, we're going to talk about Glitterati, getting down to the end here. Glitterati. Glitterati is owned by Janine Genzano from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. These are 2 chunks. I have chopped up a good bit of Glitterati, and I'm working on that slowly but surely, but I am using my Glitterati. This first blend is from February 2023. This is Mary Berry, Lemon Meringue, and Frosted Sugar Cookie. So Mary Berry, Lemon Meringue, and Frosted Sugar Cookie. This one here, I cut, in my last Chop and Chat, I cut up a good bit of my Glitterati, or maybe even the one previous. I cut each chunk into six pieces. I will say here, this one was weird to me. Weird as in, after about 30 minutes or so of this blend melting, when this first hit the heat, I got beautiful lemon and a little bit of fresh berry, a little bit of cookie, but then after a while, it got kind of cough syrupy to me. So I don't know exactly what Mary Berry is, what is in that oil, if it's a blend of oils or what it is. But to my nose, it got Robitussin. So I had to take this out of my warmer. What I did with this, I finished this. I melted all of it. But I put this in, and I took it out, you know, when it started to turn to my nose. So I didn't waste it. I still got the experience of that nice, yummy lemon cookie at the beginning. But Mary Berry, I don't think I would pick that oil to have in any of my blends. That's me though. So I'm also noticing, I knew there was a reason why I didn't go crazy with blackberry blends. When I first started melting vendor wax in 2021, I didn't go crazy for blackberry. Like, I know a lot of you guys like blackberry. And I know why, because a couple of weeks ago, I started melting blackberry blends, and I get Robitussin from a lot of blackberry blends. Not blackberry jam butter cookies, but blackberry. And not all blackberry. I don't know exactly if it's blackberry, blackberry jam, blackberry preserves. I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite figured out the oil, but I do get cough syrup from blackberry. So there's not going to be much blackberry on my channel anymore, just because who wants to smell cough syrup? I mean, unless cough syrup's your thing, it's not mine. So I just wanted to be transparent with Mary Berry. The next one here is Cookie Dough, Lou's Bakery, and Sugar Cookie Royale. Lou's Bakery, I'm pretty sure that's a secret blend of Janine's, but it smells like it's 10,000 calories. It is so luscious and yummy. So the fact that Lou's Bakery is blended with cookie dough, which I don't know if it's sugar cookie dough. Well, we have here Sugar Cookie Royale, which we all know what that one smells like for the most part if you're a bakery fan. Sweet and creamy. It's like Loft House cookies, the soft cookie, cakey cookie with that yummy, creamy frosting on top. We have that cookie there with the Lou's Bakery, which is So good. And then the cookie dough. I don't know if the cookie dough is chocolate chip cookie dough or if it's sugar cookie dough or what type of cookie dough it is, but this is a heavy bakery masterpiece. Love this blend right here. That's my glitterati. I have one more swanky here. This was a sample. This is Winter Soiree and Peppermint. Winter Soiree, I believe, is Winter Bath and Body Works mixed with something else. I don't quite remember. But this was basically Winter Bath and Body Works with Peppermint, which I liked Winter. This was a little small shape in here, so I didn't really get too much of an experience with this to see how it performs in my home. But Winter, if you like Winter from Bath and Body Works, it's been around for 1,000 years too. It is pine and orange and citrus and kind of icy, but not mint. It's winter. It's one of my favorite winter blends that I actually haven't had in a while. I have a winter soap I'll probably start using in January. But I don't know if I have it. I think I have. I actually, in fact, I know I have a winter candle in my collection, but it's one of my oldest candles. My oldest candle is from 2012. I think that's my oldest candle in my collection. I just finished a candle from 2016, Frosted Cranberry. I just finished that one up. Well, finish it up as far as I can burn it. The wicks has shifted a little bit, so I need to put it in my warmer when I get that. So Frosted Cranberry, and then I have a winter candle. I think it's from 2015, maybe 2017, somewhere around there. I remember the label on the jar. I just don't remember what year that one was poured. I have one winter candle. So I'm not buying candles from Bath and Body Works, so I'm going to have to get it in wax. You know, I know there's vendors that have the winter oil. So this next one here is Candles from the Keeping Room. I too have two from Candles from the Keeping Room, actually. Candles from the Keeping Room. I don't want to... Is it safe to say that it is now closed? I know that Carol Wollstonecroft from the Scranton area, she's about an hour outside of Scranton. I don't remember the little city that she lives in. She had her final ready to ship in, was it November? Beginning of November, I think. That's her farewell sale. She opened up her email orders to those that did not have a chance to make an order from her last farewell haul, but she has closed that down for right now because she's taken time for some health appointments and spending time with her husband for the holidays and such, and she'll open that back up for a short period of time in January after her and Donna have a chance to do her inventory. So I think it's safe to say, just from what I gather, that those of us who, I could be wrong on this, but those of us who have ordered from the farewell haul, we might not get a chance to order again because she had a lot of people sign up, and I don't know how much inventory she has left, but I think I'm probably not going to ever have a chance again to buy from Carol. But Carol is such a wonderful lady, kind and sweet, and a true lady. So this first one here is Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies at Tiffany's. So this, of course, is a pretty simple blend. It's blackberry jam butter cookies and cupcakes at Tiffany's. So this one here was just blackberry jam butter cookies with cupcakes at Tiffany's, and just those two together. I mean, it's kind of it's self-explanatory. If you know what those two oils are about, just blend them together. This next one here is lemon blueberry pound cake. Now this one was really, really good. I don't know if this is a single oil or if it's a blend, but this is lemon and blueberry and yummy, creamy, dense, buttery pound cake. I love this one right here. I have another vendor here, two more vendors, and then we are done. This is That Smell Good Shop. That Smell Good Shop, I think the owner, I think her name is Wendy, and she is from Newport Richey, Florida. I had to cheat. It's on the bag right here. I knew she was in Florida. I just didn't remember what city she was in. I think her name is Wendy, though. I do apologize for that. This is kettle corn. This I got in the round robin that I participated in this past fall with a handful of ladies and other YouTubers. if you are interested in the round robin, if you haven't been following it, just check out some of my couple of videos ago. I did my round robin box opening on camera, and this is one of those blends I grabbed to keep for myself. This is salty popcorn and brown sugar caramel. Now, I love kettle corn, and I really like this blend. However, I will say this smells like buttered popcorn and heavy, like movie theater heavy, just cholesterol butter. It was a little too strong for me. I didn't have anything down. I melted this downstairs, or there were only 3 cubes left in this. I melted this downstairs, and I really wish I had another That Smell Good shop. I don't have much that, actually, I don't even know if I have any That Smell Good shop. I might have some downstairs in my overflow storage that I need to go down in January and really go through. I did it in October, but not in October. I did it in August, but I need to go down and do it again because, you know, with what I want to do for next year, wax wise, I need to go down there again. But I don't even know. I don't think I have any more That Smell Good shop stuff in my home. But after about 20 minutes, this got really strong and very buttery. And like I said, I wish I had another blend to mix in with this to tone that down. It was almost a little off-putting. And I hate saying that because I love kettle corn. And if you really like that salted butter smell, this one is for you. But that one I liked, but it was a little too much. And finally, my last vendor I want to talk about is Knowles Farm Scents. Knowles Farm Scents is owned by Travis and Amber Knowles from Lincoln, Illinois. Travis just finished shipping his pre-order, and after he and his wife and family go to their vacation that they have planned, he's going to be doing another pre-order in 2024, first part of, I don't know if it's January or February or when he's going to do that, but it's coming. So if you did not get a chance to purchase from Knowles Farm this past year and you want to, stay tuned. It's more opportunities are coming. This first one here is Calm Down Jamal. Calm Down Jamal. This was from the last pre-order. I took this bag downstairs, and this is strawberry pound cake and sugar cookie royale, and this was poured on November 8th, so it is literally a month old, really. So I melted this downstairs because I really wanted to see what Travis's strawberry pound cake is like, and it's a good strawberry pound cake. It's nice and rich, and the sugar cookie royale oil that he uses is the same, rich and a good oil. So then after I really melted half of this bag to see what his strawberry pound cake was like, I had this blending, melting, and had another complimentary blend. I'm getting a little tired, you can tell. I don't want to say I'm slurring, but I'm getting a little tired. I had a complimentary blend going in my other warmers that were downstairs. So Calm Down Jamal is a pretty simple blend, but it's a good blend. And finally, this is my last wax blend, and then this video is a wrap. This is Warm the Soul. This, of all the Knowles Farm scents I've melted in my home, which really is limited because this is only the second time I've purchased from Travis, this is my favorite blend. This is By the Fireplace, which is a perfume. I believe it's by Replica. It could be another company, but Replica is sticking in my head right now. Palo Santo and Zucchini Bread. So I don't really get too much Palo Santo from this, but it's By the Fireplace, which is I believe it's a unisex fragrance. It's warm and it's smoky, but not completely bonfire or wood smoke. And blended with zucchini bread, this is smoky quality zucchini bread. I love this. I wish this was offered in a pre-order. I wish it was, because I would have bought a loaf of this. This is so good. This is my favorite blend so far. So if this is probably going to be on a pre-order next year, I would think so. If you want to try that blend, watch for it next year. I know I will be, because that is one of my favorites that I've smelled. So, whew, I'm glad I got through this empties video without falling asleep on you guys. I'm getting a little tired, like I said. So this was my last 3 weeks of empties from November 19th to yesterday, Saturday. So I probably will do another empties video in January. See how much I get melted in the next few weeks. So I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, a great week ahead, and happy holidays. And I'll see you soon.